Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, delayed to coincide with Avatar 3. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora is due to land in 2023, as is the Avatar film sequel, Avatar 3. While we're not quite sure when the Avatar game was due to release initially, we do know its release was delayed following the delay of the film, which now isn't releasing until December 2023. With Avatar 3 releasing in late 2023, it's possible that we could see Frontiers of Pandora releasing in late 2023 too, to coincide with its release. Though this is speculation at this point. Either way, we're sure the developers will appreciate having as much time as possible to polish up the gameplay. Could it be that Rarest of Things, a movie tie-in that doesn't suck, and releases on time? What is the story of Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora? Ubisoft has said that Frontiers of Pandora will feature a new, standalone story and play in a part of Pandora we haven't seen in the movies. It's unknown whether it is set before or after the events of the movie. Both are possible, but since the RDA is openly fighting the Gnostics in the trailer, it's more likely the days of their collaboration are firmly over. The game could also have some crossover with Avatar 2, which after plenty of delays, not least because of the pandemic, is finally set to release in December 2022, the same year as the game. It's safe to say things were lined up this way for maximum marketing. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora setting. James Cameron's Avatar series takes place on Pandora, a lush moon orbiting the gas giant Polyphemus. In Ubisoft's Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, players will explore the western frontier. This is a side of the moon that has not been shown before, which means massive entertainment won't be tied down by iconic locations from the film. The developers will still be able to utilize the wildlife and foliage of Pandora to craft something memorable, but hopefully it won't get too fanservicey with its references and callbacks. As far as what to expect while exploring the moon, there could be RDA bases lined across each area in a region, and the player will have to infiltrate them to free the sector from the military's influence. I'd kind of be the opposite of Far Cry, where players might even explore environments to protect wildlife from hunters. When building this world, massive entertainment needs to make sure players aren't stuck exploring jungles over and over. Pandora needs to be diversified with unique biomes and bizarre weather patterns to make this environment feel as stunning as it does in the film. What is Avatar, anyway? Avatar is the world's highest-grossing film of all time, partly because tickets to 3D film showings are more expensive than regular screenings, by the way. Avatar was directed by James Cameron, whose film Titanic held the record for the highest-grossing film worldwide prior to Avatar. It's still the highest-grossing film in several countries, but has been surpassed by Avengers: Endgame in countries like the US and Canada in 2019. Avatar was lauded for its beautiful use of 3D, ushering in an era where every film had to have at least some element of 3D. Avatar's story, on the other hand, is the reason that 12 years on, many try to pretend it never existed. It's basically Pocahontas with very tall, blue aliens. An organization called the Resources Development Administration, RDA, mines the faraway planet of Pandora for a valuable mineral. Turns out Pandora's inhabitants, the Gnostics, would much rather humans stop digging up their planet, but because that would be the reasonable thing to do, the RDA sends an avatar of a former Marine to the planet instead. Since Pandora is toxic to humans, they use avatars, essentially copies of themselves in a Navi's body, to be able to access the planet still. The Marine falls in love with the Gnostics, decides the Gnostics people are worth saving, actually, and does that. In the aftermath, humans are banned from Pandora, and only he gets to stay. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora release date. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora has been delayed until the next fiscal year, which begins April 2023 and ends March 2024. Recent leaks suggested that Ubisoft's open-world game, which takes place in the world of the beloved Avatar franchise, would be launching on November 18. While that could have been the initial plan, especially since the same person correctly leaked Skull and Bones' release date, it's clearly not the case any longer. And even then, Skull and Bones was also delayed to March 9, 2023. Ubisoft confirmed that it will be attending Gamescom, which runs from August 24 to August 28. This is where the company is expected to show off Skull and Bones and Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, while EA should do the same with Need for Speed. It would be a little surprising for Ubisoft to drop two prominent games so close to one another, but after 9 years in development it is likely thrilled to get Skull and Bones shipped. Other Ubisoft titles set to launch in 2022 are Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope and potentially Skull and Bones, which could launch anywhere between 2022 and 2023 according to a Ubisoft earnings report. It's hard to say when Frontiers of Pandora will launch, but we predict it will receive a gameplay trailer during E3 2022 and launch in late 2022 or early 2023.